Your routine is telling the truth about your future long before your future ever arrives. People keep asking, how do I know if I'm going to make it? How do I know if my dreams are possible? Look at your routine, not your intentions, not your motivation, not your excitement on a good day, your routine. Because what you repeat when nobody's watching, that's the real predictor of where your life's going. You can talk big, you can post quotes, you can hype yourself up. But your routine is the silent judge that exposes the direction of your life. If your habits are strong, your future is strong. If your habits are weak, your destiny weakens with them. And the crazy part is, most people don't even realize their routine is working against them. They think destiny is some magical moment, some lucky break, some big opportunity they're waiting on. No, destiny is built the same way a body is built, rep by rep, day by day, choice by choice. Every morning you wake up, you are shaping your future with the first decision you make. You hit snooze. That's not a small thing. That's the first promise you break to yourself before the sun is up. You roll over and say, I'll do it later. That's the first brick of regret you stack on the foundation of your life. But when you get up, when you show up, when you push through, even when you don't feel like it, you're telling your future, I'm coming for you. You may not see it yet, but I'm on the way. Most people want a destiny that their routine isn't preparing them for. They want a championship, but practice like a beginner. They want financial freedom, but spend money like they're asleep. They want emotional strength, but avoid every challenge that could make them stronger. They want success, but their routine screams comfort. And comfort has never built destiny, not once. Every great life you admire was built on boring, unglamorous, consistent routines. Success is not loud, it's quiet. Discipline is not dramatic, it's repetitive. Destiny is not discovered in some magical moment. It's created in the mundane. And sometimes the reason your life feels stuck is because your routine is stuck. You're living every day on autopilot, repeating the same patterns, the same excuses, the same distractions. And then you wonder why you're not moving. You can't expect transformation from a routine built on convenience. You can't expect elevation from habits built on avoidance. You can't pray for a better life and then live every day exactly the same way. Change doesn't start with destiny, it starts with discipline. And discipline starts with your routine. Look at your life right now. Look at the last 7 days. Don't look at your goals. Look at your behavior. Does your routine match the life you say you want? Because destiny isn't about desire. It's about alignment. Your habits must align with your future. If you want to be healthy, your routine has to include health. If you want to be wealthy, your routine has to include discipline. If you want to be strong, your routine has to include challenge. If you want to be great, your routine has to include sacrifice. You can't keep saying, I want more out of life, if your routine is giving less. Life doesn't give you what you dream about. It gives you what you prepare for. A routine built on laziness prepares you for regret. A routine built on distraction prepares you for wasted potential. A routine built on excuses prepares you for average. But a routine built on structure, on discipline, on self-respect, that routine prepares you for destiny. And when your routine is aligned, your confidence changes, your energy changes, your mindset changes. You don't just hope things will get better. You expect them to because you know you're doing the work. Most people are waiting for motivation to build a routine, but that's not how greatness works. You build the routine first, and the motivation grows out of the results. Motivation is a reaction to discipline, not a replacement for it. And once you start seeing yourself follow through, once you start proving to yourself that you can be consistent, everything about your future begins to shift. You start to realize that destiny isn't written somewhere far away. It's written every morning when you wake up, every choice you make, every standard you set, every moment you refuse to settle. And hear this, your routine is not just shaping your future, it's shaping your identity. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you're teaching yourself who you are. You're showing yourself that you're someone who follows through, someone who shows up, someone who refuses to be average. And that identity creates momentum, momentum creates belief, belief creates results, and results create destiny. So, if you want a different future, stop changing your goals and start changing your routine. Because your routine is the quiet architect of your life. It's building something whether you're aware of it or not. The question is, are you building a life of regret or a life of purpose? Are you building a destiny that reflects your potential or a destiny that reflects your excuses? Every day is a blueprint. Every action is a brick, and every routine is a pathway leading you somewhere. The only question you need to ask yourself right now is this: is your routine leading you to the destiny you desired or the destiny you fear? The future is watching the way you move today. You've got to understand something. Your destiny isn't shaped in big moments. It's shaped in the small, invisible habits you repeat every single day. And the truth is, your routine is either fueling your greatness or feeding your destruction. There is no in-between. People love to look at someone who's winning and say they got lucky, or they had connections, or they had advantages. No, what they had was discipline. What they had were habits that matched the level of their dreams. The routine was the advantage. The consistency was the connection. The discipline was the luck. And if you don't understand that yet, your life will keep feeling like it's on hold while everyone else is moving forward. You have to build habits that support the life you want, not the life you're trying to escape. Some of you say you want success, but your habits reflect comfort. You say you want transformation, but your routines reflect procrastination. You say you want a new life, but your daily decisions reflect the same old patterns. You can't build a new destiny with old habits. You can't elevate your life while clinging to routines that keep you small. Every habit you keep that doesn't serve you is a chain around your potential. Every habit you refuse to upgrade becomes the ceiling on your future. And you've been living under ceilings that you could have broken through years ago, but your routine kept locking the doors. The habits you build today become the standards you live by tomorrow. And your standards determine what you tolerate, what you accept, and what you refuse to settle for. So if your habits are low, your standards will be low. And if your standards are low, your destiny will be low. It's all connected. Some people don't change their habits because they don't really believe they're worthy of a better life. They think discipline is punishment. They think structure is restriction, but discipline is protection. Structure is freedom. Routines that elevate you are not cages, they're scaffolding that hold the building of your future together. Start looking at your habits with honesty, not judgment honesty. What do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you're tired? What do you do when nobody's checking, nobody's tracking, nobody's keeping score? Because that's where greatness is built. Not in the spotlight, in the shadows. Not when it's easy, when it's boring, when it's uncomfortable, when it requires more focus than you feel like giving. That's where the destiny you keep dreaming about is formed, not in the moments you post, in the moments you hide. And hear this, small habits become big results, but small excuses become big setbacks. Every "I'll do it later" you repeat becomes a pattern. Every day you abandon discipline becomes a lifestyle. Your routine is planting seeds whether you like it or not. And you don't get to plant excuses and harvest greatness. You don't get to plant procrastination and harvest confidence. You don't get to plant chaos and harvest clarity. Whatever you plant in your daily habits is exactly what you will reap in your future. Stop telling yourself you don't have time. You have time. You just don't have discipline. Stop telling yourself you're overwhelmed. You're not overwhelmed. You're unorganized. Stop telling yourself you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're repeating habits that keep you in the same cycle. When you change your habits, you change your life. When you change your routine, you change your direction. When you change your direction, you change your destiny. Some people think they can rise to the level of their dreams without rising to the level of their habits. That's impossible. Dreams aren't achieved through desire. They're achieved through structure, through commitment, through habits that reflect the identity of the person you're trying to become. If your habits reflect who you used to be, your destiny will reflect who you used to be. But if your habits reflect who you're becoming, your future starts adjusting to meet you. Build habits with intention. Build habits that match your calling. Build habits that match your potential. Build habits that raise your standards. Build habits that silence your excuses. You can't keep falling into the same traps and expect a different life. You can't keep choosing what's comfortable and expect growth. And you can't keep ignoring the habits that are destroying you and expect to live out your purpose. Your routine is the mirror of your destiny. Whatever you see in your habits is what you will see in your future. Some of you need to realize that the habits you build are not just about productivity, they're about identity. When you start doing the things you said you would do, even when you don't feel like doing them, you start trusting yourself again. You start believing in your own word. You start waking up with pride instead of guilt, and that inner confidence becomes the fuel that keeps you consistent. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're trying to improve yourself. You're trying to evolve. You're trying to elevate. And when your habits reflect that, the world will eventually reflect it too. So build the habits that match the destiny you've been praying for. Build the habits that match the life you envision. Build the habits that reflect who you truly are on the inside, not the weaker version you've been tolerating on the outside. Because your habits are the quiet prophecy of your future. And if you want a different ending to your story, it starts with the habits you choose today. You've got to understand something. Your destiny doesn't start with what you want. It starts with who you are becoming, and who you are becoming is shaped by the habits you repeat when nobody's watching. What you do daily is not just behavior. It's identity training. Every single action you take is casting a vote for the person you believe yourself to be. And far too many people are voting for the weaker version of themselves without even realizing it. Your routine isn't just shaping your day, it's shaping your identity, and your identity is steering your destiny. People think change starts with motivation. No, change starts with identity. If you don't see yourself as someone who is disciplined, you won't stay consistent. If you don't see yourself as someone who is capable, you won't even try. If you don't see yourself as someone worthy, you won't pursue the life that is waiting for you. This is why habits matter. When you repeat the wrong habits, you become someone who doubts, someone who delays, someone who hides from their greatness. But when you repeat the right habits, even small ones, you start to believe again. You start to see the possibility again. You start to feel the strength you forgot you had. Think about it. When you wake up early and follow through, even when it's hard, you're not just building discipline. You're telling your mind, I'm someone who shows up. When you push yourself to finish something you used to quit on, you're not just completing a task. You're telling your mind, I keep my word. When you choose structure over chaos, you're not just organizing your day. You're telling your mind, I'm in control. That identity strengthens everything. It becomes the foundation that shapes your future decisions, your confidence, your expectations, and eventually your destiny. You can't build a powerful life with a powerless identity, and you can't build a powerful identity with powerless routines. When your routine is sloppy, your identity becomes unsure. When your routine is undisciplined, your identity becomes fragile. When your routine is inconsistent, your identity becomes confused. And that's why so many people feel lost. Not because they lack dreams, but because their habits contradict their destiny. Their actions send mixed signals. Their effort shakes instead of standing firm. And so identity never solidifies and destiny never activates. But the opposite is also true. When your routine is strong, your identity becomes strong. When your routine is steady, your identity becomes confident. When your routine is intentional, your identity becomes purposeful. You start to feel aligned. You start to feel grounded. You start to feel unstoppable, not because life is easy, but because you finally trust yourself to handle it. That's the power of a routine that shapes your identity. It builds you from the inside out, and hear this clearly, your identity shapes your vision. The stronger your identity, the bigger your vision becomes. Weak identity makes people play small. They shrink their dreams because they don't believe they can grow into them. Strong identity makes people expand. They stretch, they rise, they see new possibilities, they chase new levels. They embrace new responsibilities. Your identity determines whether you run from your destiny or rise into it. This is why you must protect your habits with everything you have. The world will try to pull you back into your old identity. Your friends, your environment, your comfort zone, they will all try to drag you into the version of yourself that never grows. But your routine is your anchor. Your routine is your shield. Your routine is your daily reminder that the person you used to be is not the person you are becoming. Every day you show up for yourself. You weaken the grip of your past and strengthen the power of your future. And don't get it twisted, identity is not built in dramatic moments. Identity is built in repetition. You don't become confident by getting one win. You become confident by stacking wins. You don't become disciplined by having one good day. You become disciplined by having consistent days. You don't become unstoppable by talking about change. You become unstoppable by living change. Your identity is shaped by what you do over and over again. Your destiny is shaped by who you become through that repetition. Some of you have been trying to change your life while holding on to habits that belong to your old identity. That's why you feel torn. You're trying to walk forward while still wearing the shoes of your past. You're trying to climb higher with the weight of who you used to be pulling you back. You will never feel free until your habits reflect the identity of the person you want to be. Not the person the world told you to be, not the person your past shaped you into, not the person your comfort zone is trying to keep you as, the person you are becoming. So today, start choosing habits that build the identity of someone strong, someone focused, someone disciplined, someone consistent, someone who doesn't break when it gets hard, someone who doesn't fold when it gets uncomfortable, someone who carries the mindset of a winner every single day. Because once that identity locks in, your destiny has no choice but to rise to meet it. If you really want to understand destiny, you have to understand time. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, today, the day you wake up and the decisions you make from the moment your eyes open. That's where your future is being built. You don't stumble into greatness. You don't accidentally become successful. You don't magically arrive at a better life. You build it through intentional action, day after day, hour after hour, moment by moment. Every day is a vote for the future you are moving toward, and what you choose to do with today is shaping the destiny you will have to live with tomorrow. But most people waste their days waiting for a magical moment. They think destiny is a door that suddenly appears. No, destiny is a door you build with your habits. It's crafted with discipline, chiseled with consistency, and strengthened with focus. When an opportunity finally shows up, it doesn't come to see if you want it, it comes to see if you're ready. And readiness is never a feeling. Readiness is the result of how you've been living. The routine you repeat today determines whether you're prepared for the opportunities of tomorrow. If your days are chaotic, your future will be chaotic. If your days are undisciplined, your destiny will be unstable. But if your days are intentional, purposeful, structured, your destiny will reflect that power. You can predict your future by watching your routine. Destiny is not a mystery. It is the echo of your daily habits. You keep praying for change, and that's good. You keep hoping for a breakthrough, and that's good. But faith without action is just a wish, and action without consistency is just noise. Your destiny needs more from you than spurts of effort. It needs steady effort, daily effort, long-term effort. Your destiny doesn't respond to what you occasionally do. It responds to what you consistently do. One strong day won't change your life, but one strong day repeated becomes a pattern. A pattern becomes a routine, and that routine becomes a lifestyle that aligns with the future you're trying to create. Some of you keep saying you're waiting for the right time, but you're not waiting for the right time. You're avoiding responsibility. The right time is today. The right moment is right now. The right opportunity is the one you create by refusing to let another day slip by without giving your best. Destiny is not something that comes later. Destiny is something you build in silence long before anyone sees the results. Listen, your future self is watching you, not in the way we watch others, but in the way a seed watches the gardener. It's waiting to see what you plant today. It's waiting to see what you water. It's waiting to see what you starve. Your destiny is connected to your habits because your habits determine what grows and what dies in your life. Every routine is a seed. Every pattern is a decision. Every choice has consequences. You don't get to choose your destiny and then ignore your daily habits. The habits are the destiny, and here's the part most people overlook. Destiny doesn't show up all at once. It reveals itself slowly based on your preparation. Some people think opportunities pass them by because they aren't lucky. No, opportunities pass them by because they were unprepared. And nothing hurts more than a door opening you prayed for, while you stand there realizing you didn't build the discipline to walk through it. Destiny opens for the prepared, not the interested. Your routine is training you for the future you say you want. If your routine is lazy, it trains you to quit when things get hard. If your routine is distracted, it trains you to settle. If your routine is unfocused, it trains you to miss the moments that matter. But if your routine is disciplined, it trains you to push through. If your routine is consistent, it trains you to endure. If your routine is intentional, it trains you to recognize opportunity when it arrives. You cannot escape the results of your habits. You cannot outrun the impact of your routine. You cannot complain your way into the future you want. You must work your way into it. You must grind your way into it. You must discipline your way into it. And not just for a weekend, not just for a month. Not just for a season, but daily, relentlessly, with intention and purpose. The truth is simple. Your destiny is already forming, but it's forming around what you do today. Your potential is already shaping itself, but it's shaping itself around your current decisions. Your purpose is already waiting, but it's waiting on the version of you who consistently shows up. Not the version of you who only shows up when it's convenient. Tomorrow will not reward who you pretend to be. It will reward who you train yourself to become. And who you become is determined by the routines you build and protect every single day. Your destiny is being built right now, so live today like your future depends on it, because it does.